Good morning and welcome to this workshop on undergraduate chemical education. My name is Pat Thiel. I'm one of the 4 co-chairs of the conference. I'd like to introduce the other 3. Would you please stand? Miguel, Emilio, and Mark. Yes, can't quite tell if Mark is standing or not, but so those 3 are Miguel Garcia Garibay, who is the chair of the Department of Chemistry at UCLA, Emilio Bunel, who is the director of the Chemical Sciences and Engineering Division at Argonne National Laboratory. Earlier he was at DuPont, Eli Lilly, and Amgen. And Mark Cardillo was there in the back, who is the director of the Camille and Henry Dreyfus Foundation, previously at Bell Labs. I think we've worked very well as a team to put this workshop together. We represent diverse backgrounds, but we're all stakeholders in the chemical sciences community, and as such have a stake in chemical education. I also want to take this opportunity to thank very much Katie Bowman, who's sitting here. Katie, do you want to stand? Okay. And Catherine Hughes, who can't make it today, but they were very, very great support. Now I'd like to provide some background about this workshop itself. It's sponsored by the Chemical Sciences Roundtable. You'll also hear that referred to as the CSR or simply Roundtable. The Roundtable is an offshoot of the National Research Council and the Board on Chemical Sciences and Technology. The Roundtable's charge is to foster understanding, education, and interaction among all segments of the chemical enterprise. One of the main ways that we do this is by hosting workshops on highly relevant and important topics. The workshops are meant to present information in a fresh and cutting-edge kind of manner. A proceedings is published after each workshop, and that will happen here as well. You see some samples on the table out in the outer room. Most of the workshops last a single day. The present one is exceptional in lasting an extra half day tomorrow. About a year ago, the Roundtable discussed chemical education at the undergraduate level as a topic that we were interested in. Our appetite had been whetted by presentations by Carl Wyman and Susan Singer. It seemed from their presentations that there was a lot of activity and progress being made, and it would be a good topic for us to work on. The challenge, however, came in deciding how to focus the event in a way that would be valuable and fresh and somewhat unique. As all of you in this room probably realize, there's simply an enormous amount of activity in the field of STEM education and more narrowly in chemical education. So how to be unique in an area that's so active and where there are so many workshops and symposia that are held anyway. To illustrate some of the recent activity, I've put together this view graph. It shows some major events just in 2012 and 2013. In 2012, the NRC issued a report entitled Division-Based Education Research. You'll hear that also referred to as DBER. The President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, the acronym PCAST, published a report calling for the production of 1 million undergraduates per year in fields of STEM. That would be an increase by a factor of 3 over our present rate of production. Last month, the AAAS published a special issue on grand challenges in science education. And also last month, the NSF announced an initiative entitled WIDER, Widening Implementation and Demonstration of Evidence-Based Reforms. So it's clear that there is an enormous amount of activity and that that activity is accelerating and intensifying. So after considerable discussion and research, we decided to provide a forum that was focused on 2 main areas. The first being drivers of change. This topic will hopefully raise awareness about some of the reasons why reforms are being implemented, but it's also important because defining the motivation for change helps to define the metrics by which success can be measured. Our second goal is to show just a few examples of educational innovations, especially innovations, although not exclusively innovations, that can be used in large-scale situations. like the freshman and organic chemistry classes taught at major universities. At my institution, for instance, freshman chemistry sections are typically running 400 students, and that's limited only by the size of the classrooms available. Some teaching methods simply aren't practical with such a large group, even though they're wonderfully successful with smaller groups. We wanted to address this more difficult situation because it impacts very large numbers of students and because it is becoming increasingly common as enrollments in STEM surge. We acknowledge that there are different perspectives and controversies about almost every aspect of chemistry education. This meeting isn't meant to cover every topic or every viewpoint or to represent every constituency, but rather it's designed to help stimulate awareness and discussion. With that, I'll close by saying that we very much encourage and look forward to a lively and open discussion at this event and beyond. Thank you. With that, Miguel Garcia Garibay will take over as the session moderator.